Jennifer Lopez hasn't won over everyone in Hollywood, and some of her enemies reside in truly unexpected places. In a shocking twist of events, Gwyneth Paltrow allegedly is not J.Lo's biggest fan. But I mean, other than being famous, what do these two women even have in common? I guess an unexpected fallout from divorce is your ex's ex hating you? At least that is what In Touch reported back in August of last year. This would have been right before when the J.Lo and Ben divorce was confirmed, but speculation was running wild. In Touch claimed that J.Lo was spending more and more time in the Hamptons after the divorce, and that was off-putting to the residents that were already pretty established there, like Gwyneth Paltrow, for example. But a neighborhood isn't the only thing connecting these two women. They both were romantically involved with Ben Affleck. In Touch tried stirring things up with their claim that J.Lo moving into the neighborhood was causing animosity between residents because she hosted a large birthday bash and was hosting staged paparazzi shots. Just a few months prior to this though, in May of last year, Gwyneth Paltrow actually sent a positive message J.Lo's way. While sitting down for an interview on the podcast Call Her Daddy, Gwyneth was asked to compare past partners of hers, including Ben Affleck, to which Paltrow said, "God bless J.Lo and everything she is getting over there." Movie star Rosie Perez is not a fan of music star J.Lo and never has been. These two, they go way back, all the way back to pretty much the beginning of both their careers. The pair worked on the show In Living Color together, and on paper seemed like they would get along. They grew up in the same neighborhood, they were both talented performers, they allegedly got along well in the auditions for the show, so what happened? Well, Perez's 2014 memoir, Handbook for an Unpredictable Life, produced some details. It alleges that J.Lo was essentially a nightmare to work with. Apparently many of the other dancers would come to Perez to complain about Lopez. The book claimed she was manipulating wardrobe, makeup, and Perez all to her advantage. Lopez left the show after 2 seasons, but Perez claims that their feud kept going, but more because Lopez wanted it to. She claimed that J.Lo would make negative comments about Perez to important people in the entertainment industry, but then would act nice to her face. Perez even recounted a time she came face to face with J.Lo while out on the town. Apparently, Lopez spotted Perez and approached smiling, but Perez was having none of it and told her off. Actor and model Ojani Noa had so much to say about J.Lo that he was also set to release a whole book, The Unknown Truth, a passionate portrait of a serial thriller. J.Lo ended up blocking that book's release with a lawsuit in which she was awarded $545,000 in damages. You might be wondering why J.Lo is so adamant that this specific guy's book not be released, and that's because he is her ex-husband. They weren't married very long, from 1997 to 1998, but things clearly didn't end well. Since the book was never actually released, no one knows everything that would have been exposed, but according to nydailynews.com, court documents read that the book was going to claim J.Lo cheated on him. The official reason J.Lo gave for wanting to keep the book from the stands was because her ex was violating the confidentiality agreement. In addition to receiving money for the damages, J.Lo's ex was also forbidden from criticizing, casting in a negative light, or otherwise disparaging J.Lo. So, a big win for her that unfortunately didn't last long because this man seems to really hate her. A few years after the book incident, he threatened to release private home videos of the couple on their honeymoon. There were a few different stories running about the situation. Across the board, the videos were allegedly being used to create a movie about J.Lo. But one story claims that the videos were going to be used as they were in a film and that they were being shopped around Hollywood. Another story was that the movie was being written about J.Lo and his marriage, and the video footage was being watched by the script writing team, not shopped around. And then a final version was that he was looking to just release the footage, especially that of J.Lo in compromising positions. But no matter what, J.Lo did not want her personal life on display like that and sued the man for $10 million, and his movie was never made. There were rumors that J.Lo and Jenna Dewan did not get along while filming on World of Dance, in which J.Lo was a judge and Jenna Dewan the host. Watching the show, you would never actually guess that anything was wrong, but OK Magazine made claims that things weren't as great behind the camera as they might seem. A source speaking to the magazine claimed that Jenna can't stand Jen's over-the-top theatrical fakery, and that J.Lo often holds the spotlight to the point where Dewan feels as though they don't even need her in the room. The source also claimed that Dewan felt excluded. However, pretty much as soon as the story ran, other sources, one an unnamed show producer and the other Dewan's rep, claimed that everything in the article was completely fake. Only the first 2 seasons were hosted by Dewan, with the 3rd and 4th seasons hosted by Scott Evans. But there is is one celebrity that has absolutely no issues publicly displaying her dislike for Jennifer Lopez, and that's Mariah Carey. Mariah and J.Lo have had a feud for over 2 decades now, and it seems there is still no end in sight. It all started when, after signing her record deal, J.Lo worked with Tommy Mottola, and why is he important? Well, he's Carey's ex-husband. Now, it wasn't like Carey immediately faulted anyone that worked with her ex-husband, especially someone she doesn't know. They're both in the music industry, they're gonna work with lots of people. Apparently, the reason the foundation for a seemingly lifelong feud was laid was because of the media doing its classic trick of pitting 2 women against each other despite having no real reason to, other than to, gain financially and for entertainment purposes. The performers were being compared because of their connection to this man, even though, truthfully, they are different acts. One puts a heavy focus on impressive vocals and the other on impressive dance. Both are talented, but gossip does not care about that. Eventually, the feud translated from paper and into real life, with one tiny Mariah Carey comment from a 1999 magazine interview. And I'm not talking about the I don't know her incident, something else actually came first. Apparently, while speaking to a now discontinued magazine, Mirabella, Carey was asked about her feud with J.Lo. For context, at this point in history, J.Lo was primarily known for playing Selena in the biopic about that singer, in which she lip-synced to the late singer's voice. This is a fact that Carey chose to bring up in the interview, also highlighting the fact that J.Lo was a dancer, before making the comment, "I don't think that as a singer, we're in the same category as artists." Some people took this as Carey saying that she was better than J.Lo, but for the most part, this was swept under the rug. That is, until J.Lo did something that made everything worse. Technically, it wasn't even J.Lo's fault, it was the fault of the previously mentioned Tommy Mottola. It seems that there were still some hard feelings after the divorce. When ex-wife Carey attempted to sample a never-before-sampled song, Mottola applied for the same license and stole it out from under her. The sample turned into J.Lo's hit song, I'm Real. J.Lo made a video breaking down the process of making the album the song was featured on, and it sounds like she was just given the music and that she just wrote the lyrics. So she seemed to not have had much of a hand in the spiteful act, but that doesn't mean it didn't hurt. A few more jabs were thrown around after this incident. In 2001, after J.Lo said she has sleeps 8 hours a night, Carey said, "If I had the luxury of not actually having to sing my own songs, I'd do that too." J.Lo's songs are known to have vocals from other singers in the background and sometimes as the primary voice. Then in 2002, Carey was once again asked about her feud with Jenny from the Block, to which she said, "There are rivalries, but I don't think she has anything to do with me. I mean, my whole thing is singing, writing songs. It's a God-given talent I'm grateful for. Her thing is something different." So it's been made pretty clear that Carey is aware of and has formed an opinion on J.Lo. Then 2003 rolls around though, and Carey makes the iconic "I don't know her" remark and cements this feud in the eyes of the public. It happened during an interview with, randomly, a German TV show. She was asked her opinion on more performers than just J.Lo, like for example Beyonce, and Carey was more than happy to dish out compliments for them, which is why the J.Lo jab stood out so much. I mean, we know that Carey does in fact know of J.Lo, but I guess she meant she just didn't know her personally. At the time, the comment wasn't a big deal because things didn't really go viral the way they do today, but everything changed when YouTube arrived. I Don't Know Her was uploaded to the site around 2008, and pretty soon it was all anyone could talk about, and to this day it is still frequently used as a meme. It's so popular it has a Wikipedia page. Years went by and the 2 women apparently still didn't know each other despite having met many times. Carey reiterated the comment many times throughout the years. I mean, at a certain point the meme really took off and it was just a joke, but still. In 2014, J.Lo said there was no feud and that she was a big Mariah Carey fan, but then people noticed at the Billboard Awards the next year that J.Lo wasn't acting like a fan when she spent Carey's performance on her phone, although J.Lo claims she only glanced down at it. J.Lo skipped Carey's Vegas shows despite being in the area at the time and citing time constraints. She later claimed that she and Carey had met many times, but Carey is just forgetful. It's clear that this was a series of misunderstandings that snowballed out of control. But what do you think? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section, and if you're desperate for more celebrity drama, check out scandalous celebrity confessions leaked by their inner circle. Thanks for watching. Bye!